Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Coral and I've started this channel for two main reasons. One is to help keep me sober. I'm 5 months sober this time round. I've had many periods of sobriety over the past 25 years, the longest being 5.5 years. I thought, if I have a channel where I'm talking about sobriety and the negative effects of alcohol, then it wouldn't be right to turn the camera off and go swig a bottle of vodka. That wouldn't be good. And I want to be upfront and honest and all that malarkey. So that's one reason. And also engaging with you. I wouldn't want to be lying to you about who I am, because that's not who I am. The second reason is to help you or help others potentially. I know it does help me to hear other people's stories, whether I read it or listen to it on YouTube or whatever. It's encouragement. It's good to know you're not alone with your struggles. So that's the other reason. And it's also a way to keep busy, doing something that I enjoy doing. And I think that's really important. And I'll probably talk more about that in another video. You cut out something that's been a huge part of your life, then I think it's important to replace it with something. Because if you don't, then I think it's probably easy to go back to it. So quickly as well, if you're interested in sharing your alcohol story on here, then you can contact me via my email, which will be below the video in the description. Or if you're not overly comfortable being on camera, because that would either be a face-to-face interview or through a Zoom call, you can always write your story and send it to me via email, and then I can read it out. I know not everybody's going to want to be on camera, which is fair enough. I'm hoping somebody does that. Well, I've got an interview lined up already, actually. So I'll be doing that on Saturday. It's Tuesday today. So that'll be out next week, hopefully. I want this channel to be about other people's stories as well as my own, because as fascinating as I am, obviously, listening to other people is going to be interesting and useful, potentially. So yes, if you're interested, please get in touch. So the subject matter: alcohol gives me confidence. And isn't that a reason why a lot of us do it as well, especially in social situations? It is a social lubricant, isn't it? Apparently. Helps things go smoother. I mean, when I have been sober, it's interesting to watch people, if you're with a group of people, to see how the start of an evening, people are fairly reserved. I mean, you'll always get those who are, whether they drink or they don't drink, they're loud. Like attention. But generally people are a bit more sedate, and then they have a few drinks and it just ends up being a big raucous mess. Or it can do. And everybody thinks they've had a fantastic time, and, well, who am I to say they haven't? But it's a bit fake, isn't it? It's a bit fake. But alcohol is not giving you confidence. Alcohol can stop you feeling those uncomfortable feelings, the bit of social anxiety or self-consciousness, or quieting down those thoughts. Oh, I'm awkward. I feel awkward. Do I look awkward? Do I look stupid? Do people think I'm stupid? What do people think of me? All those thoughts that I've had plenty of. And it's like, to be honest, probably most people are not even thinking about anything like that, not taking any notice of you, because most people are more interested in their own experience. So we can stop thinking that everybody's looking at us thinking, oh, she's a bit of an idiot. He's a bit of an idiot, because they're probably not, really. But then we have a drink, don't we? And before long, all that quietens down. Those feelings, the thoughts quieten down. And that feels great, doesn't it? It feels great. However, there is the temptation to keep drinking. This is what I did to maintain that status of feeling comfortable, more at ease, because we don't want it to wear off. We don't want to go back to feeling like, oh, everybody's looking at me, feeling anxious, awkward, self-conscious. We don't want to go back to those feelings, so we'll keep drinking. But we keep topping up. So we don't stay at that place, do we? Because we're topping up, and then we're just going, well, we'll get to the point where we're just pissed, basically. That's usually what happens. That's what happened with me. And then the irony is that we end up making a tit of ourselves. So we start the evening feeling self-conscious and thinking, oh, do people think I'm an idiot? And we can get to the point where, actually, now I've had a few drinks, people do think I'm an idiot because I'm acting like a tit. That's not good. I don't know about you, but I don't want to feel like that about myself. I'm 57, not 27, 17, whatever. When I suppose, in theory, it's more acceptable to act like a tit. 27's a bit old, actually, even. But I'm verging on elderly. It's not good. It's not a good look to be falling about, talking shite or whatever else. So alcohol is not giving me confidence. It's just numbing those feelings. And it's a slippery slope, isn't it, really? Because if you need alcohol to feel confident, then the only time you're going to feel confident is when you're drinking. How is that going to end well? The best way to gain confidence is to do things without a crutch. It's to feel the fear and do it anyway, as the book says. So if you're in a social setting and feel awkward, just be in that social setting and feel awkward, but know that others maybe feel the same, and go talk to somebody. Just, take a risk and see that nothing bad's going to happen, hopefully. And then that's building confidence. That is confidence. That's courage. Because they talk about Dutch courage, don't they? It's not courage. Courage is when you actually feel the fear and you do it anyway, without any crutches. That is courage. To drink so that you're numbing those feelings of fear and you do something, that ain't courage, because the fear is numbed. So it's, when they say Dutch courage, it's not courage. Not to mention that the whole situation is quite fake, isn't it, really? As I said earlier, you're with people, you're all drinking, you feel like, oh, we're really connecting, we're having a really good time, we're creating bonds and closeness. And I would say that alcohol, and any kind of drug really, that changes how you feel, is actually putting a barrier between you and the other person or other people. It's not creating closeness, because you're not being who you authentically are. Your authentic self is that person who's a little bit awkward, a little bit shy or anxious, assuming you get like that. That is authentically you. When you've had a drink and you're all, chatting with everybody and loud and whatever else, which is how a lot of us get after a few drinks, that's not the real person. So if that person is connecting with another person who's the same, there's no real connection. It's fake. I remember I went to raves when I was younger and took certain substances which give you that loved up feeling. Oh my God, it's a nice feeling, because generally speaking, we don't walk around feeling loved up and warm towards other human beings. Mostly we despise them. Oh, is that just me? I'm joking, but this drug seemed to open up your heart, and just everybody were busy mates. Oh, we're all busy mates here. It was great. It felt great. Until it started to wear off, of course, and then it's like, why am I sat so close to this person? Just shuffle a bit. And whatever else you get into. It's like, it's fake. It felt great, but it was fake. And alcohol is also fake. Now, I want to be genuine and honest, and I'm working on that, and I will continue to work on it until the day I die. I don't want to be fake. Now, you might not care. What are you doing here then? What are you doing here if you don't care? Is it important to you to be honest, to be real? There's too much fakery in the world. So, leave your thoughts on this. Does alcohol give you confidence? Do you think alcohol gives you confidence? Do you think it's something you can learn to live without? Have you gained confidence without alcohol? And that's the thing. Now I can navigate social settings without alcohol and feel okay about it. I was with friends over the weekend. There was drinking involved. I didn't drink, and I was okay with that. But I was around people who I find interesting and I can relax around. That's important. Finding the right people. Yeah. So if I'd have been around people who I was like, we haven't really got much in common. These days, I'd just say, right, I'm off now, bye, I'm going to bed or whatever. But I would have had to join in drinking to make that situation better in the past. Okay, I'll leave that there. I don't know if you can tell, I'm in a camper van. I live in my camper van, and I have a YouTube channel about my camper van life. So if you're interested in that, I'll leave a link below. You can check that out. And that is it. So I've got an interview lined up. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, because I've had to do this video again because I didn't plug in my microphone the last time I did it. So I had video but no audio. So unless you can lip read, it wouldn't be much good. But yes, I've got an interview lined up at the weekend, so that'll come out next week, hopefully. But if you're interested, please let me know. Right, I'll shut up now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.